Welcome to Comically Comics, your one-stop listen to all things comics. We're talking books, movies, TV shows, video games, and more. I must forewarn you, though, we are a spoiler cast, and what that means is we consider all properties, past, future, and present, to be valid, and we will spoil the hell out of them. I'm your host, Michael, along with my two co-hosts, Richard and Jeremy, and with all that being said, let's get started. All right, 2/3 of us are back again on this September 7th. It's me and Richard, back again. Peacemaker. Poor Jeremy is out. He's got the sickness. He is down with the sickness.
Wow.
So hopefully he gets better, but Peacemaker continues on, so we got to keep going. Episode 3, another Rick up my sleeve. This has got Chris now fully getting in character of Peacemaker, but on a separate Earth, and seeing what a day in the life of Peacemaker really is on this Earth. And then you've got the rest of the crew, the 11th Street kids, getting sobered up from their wild night that they had. So,
I'm just drinking Bud Light.
Right?
It's not even that wild, in my opinion.
Hardcore must be like a heavy drinker because I don't think it phases her one bit. She's just like, cup of Joe and I'm good to go.
Yeah. I mean, she did wasn't she like last season always at the bar drinking and shit? So
that is true.
She does seem like the heavy drinker type.
Yeah. Yeah. She didn't let the booze get her down. She drinks that hard liquor stuff. That's right. All right. Before we get ahead of ourselves, whelmings. What is your whelming of this episode, Richard?
I'll say I'm pleasantly whelmed. I enjoyed this episode a lot, especially because of the action scene here. There was also a really funny moment for me with Vigilante that I thought was hilarious. But yeah, I'll say I'm pleasantly whelmed still.
Nice. Jeremy sent in his thoughts, so we'll be sprinkling them throughout the show, so y'all don't, miss him too much. But he said he was pleasantly whelmed as well. He actually likes this version of Peacemaker better. He knows that it's difficult for him because this other dimension is giving him everything that he has wanted, and he does seem like he could change if the situation was better in his original dimension. And I agree with that. I agree. I am pleasantly whelmed with this as well. And I think the same thing, that if had things have gone a little bit different, had Peacemaker maybe not grown up in a trailer park where kid fighting was a thing, and his brother hadn't had a seizure or whatever and died in front of him, that could have been a life altering event in a good way.
Yeah, if his dad wasn't a piece of shit.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, that one too. Yeah. That's funny. All right. Let's go ahead and let's jump into this episode. We start off 3 years early. So about the time that Superman, it seems like, was coming out or Clark Kent was coming out as Superman. This is what I'm kind of grabbing. Somewhere in that vicinity.
Yes.
Because I know this is a little bit further. So anyways.
I want to say, I think it was New Rockstars was trying to do the timeline. I want to say Peacemaker season 2 happens isn't it a month after the events of Superman?
Yeah, it's 3 months or something like that, because it's like James is sticking with the threes.
Yeah, the threes for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if it's 3 months, then it's damn near close. It's right around that time. Yeah.
Yeah. But we got a scene with Hardcore and Rick Flag Jr. before his Corto Maltese visit for Project Starro or Starfish or whatever. And so they were having a relationship on the side of between what Flag and the Enchantress were having.
Yeah.
Or what was her name? June
Moon.
That's right. June Moon. So a lot of people are like, "Oh, does this mean that the Suicide Squad is now canon? The first one, the David Ayer Suicide Squad, is that canon?" And I don't think we get enough information to necessarily say that particular Suicide Squad is canon, but it definitely it's definitely pointed in that direction. You know what I mean? Other than the fact that June says that the Enchantress left at the end of that movie, her body, but the way Rick Flag talks, it's she could come back.
Yeah. I always took it that the Enchantress died because he like crushed the heart of her at the end of the David Ayer movie. So again, this is also could just be multiversal things where there's multiple versions of Rick Flag where he also dated the Enchantress.
Yeah,
we haven't really seen yet who the Enchantress is. If it's whatever her name is, Cara Delevingne, I think is how you say it. But we'll see. I was immediately, my note was like, oh, so not only is the Suicide Squad canon, but also David Ayer's Suicide Squad is canon now. But I guess you're right. That does make sense that like you could say that like, no, that doesn't mean that this is canon. It just means that he was dating a Enchantress as well.
Right. And this all could be like part of that whole either Mixaplexit, the imp has changed some things and done some fuckery, or the Flash going back has changed little things and done some fuckery. And given this weird alternate kind of universe to what we had before.
Yeah.
So where the Enchantress didn't necessarily die, but she's not like at her full anymore.
I want it to be that because it just makes more sense. But just hearing James talk about stuff on the podcast that I'm like, I seriously think he's just like, nope, this is canon, that's canon. And I don't know. I don't like it, to be honest with you. I don't like this pulling from the other stuff. And it's just like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you're making this confusing for other people.
No, I agree. That's why I keep that's why I keep going with either the imp, like you were talking about, or the Flash. Because I mean, either one could cause those kinds of like history bending. You know what I mean? Where it's like, well, we knew one thing, but now it's like what is that called? The what effect? The
Mandela effect.
Yes. Like the DCU's got a Mandela effect.
I mean, it's kind of turning out to be that way. Bearstein Bears and Bearstein Bears.
Yes. So I kind of like the effect of like, no, the Flash went back and everything's not perfect. So we got this Mandela effect. Or an imp came in and not everything's perfect. So we got this Mandela effect. I like that. So yeah, we got that, which I thought that was but that also builds up on the rest of the episode. Peacemaker wakes up, Chris wakes up, and he's just being him, but not knowing who he is really in this universe. There's no Kardashians in this universe. He makes a comment about, why do all my clothes look like Kardashian furniture? And he's like, his brother's like, who? So,
which kind of leads to this theory of it being.
I think we should go ahead and talk about this.
Yeah. It kind of leans into the theory of this being the white supremacist universe or Earth X. I kind of think, I don't know if it's going to just be white supremacist. I think this may be James Gunn's version of Earth X is what he's doing here.
I think that would be like the best way to do this is to do it in an Earth X style. And yeah, so like, Kardashians, I mean, I think they're famous for more than just the one thing, but the biggest thing that really put them on the back was like a sex tape that came out with Kim and Ray J.
Yeah.
So like,
well, also the original dad, I forget his first name, but he was part of the OJ trial.
Yeah.
That's their original claim to fame before the sex tape.
Yeah. Let's be real though. Come on. It was the sex tape. It was Kim getting those cheeks clapped. That's really what got this.
Oh, God.
Don't be gross, Tammy.
Oh man. So yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know. That is, and you look as Peacemaker's going through the town here, everybody's cheering for him and he is just soaking it up, and like, good for him. You know what I mean? Like, he's getting his day, his 15 minutes of fame, at least in this universe, and everybody loves him. Getting flashed in cars, little kids are crying over him because they love him so much, and all this other jazz.
I'm sorry, I love when the kid's crying and he's just like, okay, that's a little much. I legitimately said the same thing. I was like, okay, that's a little much, man.
But yeah, it's white person after white person. And I was like, he's taking a stroll through Honkyville here. Like, there's literally no ethnicity in this at all. I don't even think I saw a Mexican restaurant. Like, there's nothing.
There's also credence to other things, like when he's talking with Harcourt, he says about like, I was just seeing what's up and what's happening and stuff. Like those are technically derived from Black. Like I think What's Happening was an old show that was like a Black show, and anyway, and those lingos originally stemmed from like Black slang. So and she's like, what do you mean? But like, I don't know. I'm not necessarily fully buying into it, but it's like I'm looking at it more and more, and I'm like, this could be right. I'm not sure.
I'm just looking at the background as the episode goes along. I mean, there's a giant terrorist situation that comes up. They're going to be talking about with the Sons of Liberty. By the way, first appearance of them, Superman 53, 1991, because I forgot to do that. But the entire background of this episode in this Earth, there is no other ethnicity.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing. It is all white people.
Yeah. The other thing too, while he's at Argus, there are American flags on people's desks, but the flag is rolled up where you can't see the full flag. So all you see is the red and white stripes, but you don't see the blue and white stars. So I have a feeling, I got a feeling probably not next episode, whenever he goes back to that dimension, we're going to get like an unfurled. There's also another theory that I picked up on. I'll just get into it. When he texts to her at the end, I don't know if you noticed that, but when he was texting Harcourt at the end, he said, "You're the best," but he misspelled "your." He misspelled it like the possessive "your," not "you are."
Like it's yours. Yeah.
And they focused on that. So I'm like, I have a feeling he's going to do it again. And this, like, I had this theory. A ton of other people had this theory. And then Harcourt's going to call him out on it. And he's going to say, "What are you, like a grammar Nazi?" And that's going to be the moment of like, what do you mean? Am I a grammar Nazi? What's wrong with Nazis kind of thing? I have a feeling that will be the reveal.
I swear to you, if we don't get a fucking live action GI robot at this, if this is what happens, I will lose it. Like this is like we went a whole cartoon series of this motherfucking robot that's adorable, asking, "Are these Nazis?" And if we finally get Nazis and he's not allowed to go and shoot them in live action, I'm gonna have a problem, James. I'm gonna have a problem.
You know, I didn't think about it, but the last 3 episodes, James says, is very spoilery. I wonder if the Creature Commando shows up.
Oh man, that.
I wonder if Steve Agee, like his Economos character, because he is connected to. And Rick Flag is too.
Rick Flag, yeah. And Rick Flag knows who GI Robot is, has worked with them, knows where he's at right this second.
He's over
if
them,
you've got
technically.
Nazis, that's your guy.
Yeah. I bet you that's what happens. I bet you we may see a live action. You may have called that. That may be what's in the last 3 episodes.
I want that so bad. If we don't get that, man, if there's Nazis and we don't get GI Robot.
Yeah,
damn.
I didn't even think about GI Robot during all this. That's so funny. Yes, that absolutely needs to be like a fucking Quentin Tarantino, Inglourious Bastards, like just mowing down Nazis. That would be fucking epic.
Oh man, yeah, come on, James, do it.
Yes,
do it. You've done it in cartoon form already once. Let's do it live action. Let's do this. I'm so lost now.
Sorry.
Chris makes his way to Argus and goes to sign in, and apparently DNA matches across Earth now as well. At least in for Chris it does. So I can only assume for other characters as well. I wonder if that'll play a part with him being like from an alternate Earth and trying to get out of there.
Yeah,
like
maybe.
Or I don't know. Could I guess you could clone. You could make a clone at that point in time. So do you give that Earth back there, Chris?
No, I think G.I. Robot's going to kill everybody on this, this Earth now. He's just going to like go in there and blow up the whole world.
I mean, he's a big boy now.
Yeah, he is. That's right. I forgot. I got to rewatch Creature Commandos. I forgot. He is like a huge robot now.
Yeah, he's a big one. Yeah. Well, especially now that you've got. So I'm just going to skip around now because I mean, I'm whatever. Fuck it.
Yeah. Sorry.
Especially now. Well, I mean, I feel like we're putting pieces together now. But you've got Argus that's going to do a raid next episode. It seems like on Chris's house. And so from the trailers we've seen, like they don't just like come in, but they actually go and explore.
Yeah.
They go look through different doors and stuff.
Yeah, they go into the dimension that has all the doors. I think Chris is going to take, though, the door that goes to that universe, though. I think that's what we've seen some shots in the trailer where he's at like a cabin and he activates something and it opens it's like this yellow lightning in front of a doorway. I think that he can somehow transport the doorways if he needs to. Gunn also said in the podcast that I was watching today that we are going to finally get the answer to how the fuck Augie was able to build these things next episode.
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
I absolutely can't wait to see that. About as much as I could. I was so excited to see Michael Rooker come back for another
right
James Gunn event. This time, though, being Red Saint Wing. No, what is Wild. It? I wrote it down. Red Saint Wild. Yes, thank you. The Eagle Hunter that we've talked about before. I kind of figured he'd be in here a little earlier, but hey, I think it makes sense so far. Let's see how far this goes with Eagly versus Saint Wild.
Apparently he had someone else casted and then they fell through, so he got Michael Rooker for that role.
Oh, fantastic. I'm so happy.
He sounds like Carl from Sling Blade. He's walking, he's like, he starts off, he's like, how you doing there, sonny boy? And then he's like, ain't no one kill an eagle more good than me. And I was like, what the fuck?
I know we're killing an eagle no good than me.
Yeah, it really does. It sounds just like that to me. And then I love the what is it? Sacha Bordeaux says he's going to kill this eagle. And he's like, and any other eagles in the vicinity, right? And she's like, no, just this one eagle, you asshole. Which Economos mentioned that is like, where in the world is hunting eagles legal? And that's a damn good question. I know for a fact in America, if you harm a bald eagle, it's like a federal offense.
Yeah. It's like, how do y'all get this? How does this guy make it to where like he can do this? That doesn't even make sense. We get another blast. Well, not another, but we get a blast from the past with a new co-worker for Economist, and it is Judo Master sitting there eating hot Cheetos.
I love that. He's like, what's up, fatty?
Fuck.
Yeah. I thought that was funny.
His response was great. I loved it. By the way, his real name is Ripley Jagger.
Yeah.
Well, Ripley in the comic books.
Oh, right.
And then they call him Rip.
Yeah.
So, that is his name. That's not a play to be like Mick Jagger or anything like that. Like he's Ripley Jagger. Rip Jagger. So yeah, for those of you out there who don't know, I'm gonna backpedal a little bit and let's talk about the Sons of Liberty raid.
Okay.
I kind of feel like to go along with the whole white supremacist
universe
Nazi thing that we got going on.
We'll just call it Earth X. It's just easier.
Earth X.
Yeah.
That is true. The whole Earth X theory that we got going on here. I feel like this is like a group that, because there's two versions in the comic books. One is a like Nazi group.
Yeah.
The other one, though, the one that I mentioned earlier, is more of like they're more of an America group.
Yeah.
Where it's like they feel like things have gotten away from the Constitution and they're wanting to reinstate the Constitution.
Yeah, in one of the wikis I was reading, it says they're a fascist neo-Nazi group, or depending on which version, because there's multiple versions from different like pre-crisis, post-crisis thing. Mm-hmm. They're also an ultra-nationalist terrorist group.
I think this is going to be an ultra-nationalist.
Yes, I think we're getting the exact same gag from the Suicide Squad when Peacemaker kills Peacemaker and Idris Elba's character. What was his name?
Deadshot.
Bloodsport.
Bloodsport. That's it. Yeah.
Bloodsport kill all of those people, and then it's revealed that they're like the good guys. They're like the freedom fighters. I think that's what happened here. I think Peacemaker killed the freedom fighters.
Yes. Yes. I know there was they were setting up bombs and it looked like a DMV. Like, out of all the places you go for, why do you go after a DMV? I don't even.
That one was explained by just James Gunn's humor. Like, it's just funny that like they're trying to, they go in there, they take people hostage, and they're like, we're gonna kill all these people unless they meet our demands, and they're gonna blow up a DMV. Like, who cares about a DMV?
Well, and like, the people inside the DMV don't even care about the DMV. I mean, have
for real.
Think about it. When you go in there to get a tag or something, it's like, no, I don't want to be here. You don't want to be here. Like, let's just get this over with.
Mm-hmm.
So to sit there and take them hostage, I'm like, oh, poor DMV workers. They really don't deserve that.
What was so weird is when he goes to disarm the bomb had this like thumbs, like this like YouTube thumbs up, thumbs down, like vote. I was like, what the fuck is that?
I was gonna say, if the charge is ready to go, you hit the thumbs up.
Yeah.
Or like, if you're like, oh, I made a mistake, you hit the thumbs down and it pauses it.
Or just blows it up immediately.
You rate the device after you've used it. Like,
yeah.
If it survives, you give it a thumbs up. If not,
this did well.
Oh man. But yeah, that scene of him going through like John Wick style, killing people, I was like, this is freaking awesome. Like, this is, I don't know. I don't have like, I could gush about it, but it's especially death by copier. I was like, oh, that poor guy.
The one that made me, and it was in Jeremy's notes that he sent to us, I just wrote that pencil scene.
Right?
when he hangs upside down and jabs the pencil into the guy's, like, was it his ears or his temples? I couldn't tell.
I think his temples.
And then he just like makes like a brain slurry. I verbally was like, oh, fuck, because my wife was like in the other room and she was like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, no, this one scene was very, it got to me.
Yeah, Jeremy wrote, he said the bomb scene was pretty cool, talking about that. The death by pencil was brutally painful, along with the axe scene. That dude, like, that was the first murder. Chris comes up and hits a guy square in the forehead with an axe, pulls it out, and there's a line.
Yeah, there's a hatchet wound.
And he said, he even muttered, he said, what? Or something, like he asked a question and then just died.
Yeah.
That was rough.
Yeah,
that was rough. I was like, oh wow. So
I also like the part where he like shoots, he pulls a gun out and he shoots like 5 bullets and then kills like there's like 6 people in a stairwell or something, and he shoots like 5 of them. The last guy falls into the other one and like knocks him down, and then he takes the gun and just like shoots him while he's on the floor. It was very cool seeing, because lately John Cena's just been a goofball this entire time. Right. It was nice kind of seeing him be the efficient like killer that we kind of saw in Suicide Squad, or the Suicide Squad.
Yeah. I totally agree. Something else that we missed was, and that Jeremy talked about this, is that Jeremy really likes the peace cycle. And what did you think of this Harley Davidson peace cycle?
It looked so dumb to me. It had speakers on the outside.
Yes,
like,
it did.
It just looks so stupid to me with the like torpedoes on the front and missiles and all sorts of shit. Like it just looked ridiculous, but it's also in keeping with the character.
I need a scene where he's facing off against somebody with those missiles. Like I need him to be like doing donuts. Just like
they're peace missiles.
That's great.
Yeah, that more than likely, I got a feeling that's not the last we've seen of the peace cycle. I could easily see that being kind of like a Chekhov's gun kind of moment where like we've introduced it and now later he will use those.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope so. I hope so. We need it along with G.I. Robot. So in this universe, Hardcore is nice for the most part. And she seems to be dating the not so jarhead Rick Flag Jr. that we talked about last episode, actually, about how we thought there'd probably be one here in this universe. What did you think of this Rick Flag?
I kind of liked it. I like that he was this. I literally wrote, where is it? I said, I like that Rick Flag Jr. in this one is a jealous dweeb. I loved his little like stumbling over the trash can, hiding behind. He had like 2 phones over his ears, which Joel Kinnaman, the actor that plays Rick Flag Jr., he was on the podcast today, and I did not know this, but his dad's American, but he was born and grew up for the majority of his life in Sweden.
Oh,
so he actually is Swedish and has like a bit of a Swedish accent. He's lost it since he's lived in America for about 15 years or so.
Yeah.
But Gunn was like talking about some of the rock bands that were featured in the episode, and one of them was like a Swedish rock band. And he was like, they're from, and he like leaned over to Joel and was like, how do you say this? And Joel said it because it was like in, Norwegian or whatever it is that's like really hard to pronounce.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. We got to see the Mighty Crab Joes?
Yeah, Crab Joys.
Yes, Joys, yes.
They're Superman's punk rock band that Lois was like, they're not punk rock.
Yeah. There's a billboard for them. Apparently they're either on their way of making it or they've made it in this universe. But we've also seen it on, I was watching New Rockstar or somebody else like that, and they're showing how Frankenstein and Creature Commandos wears a Mighty Crab Joys t-shirt or wife beater.
Yeah.
So this is apparently, and I think even James Gunn put a band together and they play a song. They're credited for a song or something like that. So this made up band has got a song now.
Yeah. Well, they're the ones that sing the I'm a punk rocker at the end.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's the Mighty Crab Joys.
That's funny.
The end credit, like, I'm a punk rocker, yes I am, is from the quote unquote Mighty Crab Joys, which is not a real band.
This is freaking great. I'm just telling you. What I wrote down for Rick Flag, I was like, Rick Flag is a bitch. Like, that was just short, sweet, to the point. Rick Flag is a bitch. So
he's a goober. I'll say that. But it was Joel. They wanted him to be very like goofball-y compared to the other Earths.
Right.
Rick Flag. And Joel Kinnaman's never really done comedy before. So he kind of got like cues from the director, which wasn't James. He wasn't available for this. Because that was one of the jokes at the very start of their podcast. He was like, yeah, James called me and was like, I'd love to have you on Peacemaker. And he was like, so you honey dicked me because you brought me in, but then you didn't direct that episode.
That's funny. Apparently Rick Flag in this universe also has the thing for yellow shirts. Like that's just going to be a continuous thing, comic books and in movies and TV shows that Rick Flag Jr. just does yellow.
He's like the Power Rangers. He just wears, he's the Yellow Ranger in this universe.
In all universes.
Yeah. In all universes. Yeah.
I forgot to mention earlier about when the sons, you were mentioning that scene where they all died in the hallway, in the steps. And they were making their way up to the roof to leave because they apparently are big enough to have a helicopter.
Right, yeah. I was like, okay, so they're well-funded.
Right. They go after DMVs, but they have a helicopter. Doesn't make any sense. However, Keith comes flying in and just decimates this helicopter. No regard to whoever's below that this helicopter's going to fall on, though.
It was very much like The Boys, man. That scene reminded me so much from something from The Boys, where a superhero just comes in and just murders the villains, the terrorists, without any with all disregard to innocent civilians around.
Yeah. Golly. But yeah, that's it for me, man. That's all my notes. This is a pretty short episode, and I feel like we're building up to something, and hopefully, we're gonna start really getting this thing rolling here soon.
Yeah, I don't know. I know episode 5 is going to be, from what Gunn says, is going to be the big sort of reveal, which I have a feeling is going to be the Earth X reveal.
Man, I don't get G.I. Robot for that. For nothing else. Come on. What are we doing?
I wrote down, we kind of skipped over it, but the whole them waking up and from their hangover, I mentioned the whole there was in all caps, it was there is no way someone gets that hungover from Bud Light.
I mean, all of them. The Economist is asleep in a bathtub.
Without his pants.
That's not his fault, though.
No, I know. But I'm setting that up for us to explain that. That shit was so funny when you find out Vigilante is such a fucking weirdo, man. Where he's like, oh yeah, I took your pants off and I folded and cleaned them last night. And then we see in the post-credit scene the little where he takes them off and then kisses John on his head. It's just he's such a fucking weirdo.
I thought that was great. I loved it.
I love when he's explaining about how he's he has a deep dark secret, and they're like, oh, what is it? And he's like, I really like spiders. And they're like, wait, that's it? He's like, well, it's ghoulish, right? And then he starts explaining he's also into crows.
Yeah.
And I just joked because I was like, he would be a crow guy. He absolutely would be a crow guy. And what's so funny about that is on the podcast, James Gunn is super into crows. He thinks they're really fascinating because they're really smart birds and stuff. And he was explaining all this, they'll remember there was a test done way back during the day where someone put on a Richard Nixon mask and attacked birds and then would take it off and the birds wouldn't run away for that person. But then when they would put the mask back on, they would recognize the face and fly away. So they're really smart. And he was talking about all this other stuff about them. There's a certain nut that they can't get into and they've learned to drop it on the street where cars run them over and then they'll go and get it. But anyway, basically he was going on to this whole thing and then his wife was like, so basically Vigilante is just James Gunn. He's just the crow guy. It was really funny.
Except for where Vigilante's on this whole I know animal facts kicks, but he doesn't know any animal facts at all, such as how many eyes does a tarantula have? Why on earth he would only guess 2 when most spiders have 8 anyways. Just go ahead and go with that.
Yeah. I that shit was funny where he's like, well, eyes come in pairs, so I'll say 4 or something like that. And he's like, it's 8. He's like, dang, I forgot about that. And then he mentioned something about Martians having 1 or something, and I was like, no, they have 2 as well.
Well, not Starro.
Starro's not a Martian though.
He came from space.
But that's not a Martian. I'm talking about actually a Martian from Mars.
Does it have to be from Mars to be a Martian?
Yes.
I thought all aliens, thought all aliens were Martians.
No. No.
Oh, come on now.
No, what do you mean, come on now? Martians?
Come on.
No. What are you saying?
They have to be from, to be labeled as a Martian, you have to be from Mars?
Are you for real? Yes.
Yes. No.
Yes.
That's nowhere. No, absolutely not.
Yeah. Oh my. Are you fucking with me right now? I don't know what's real right now. Yes, Martians are from Mars. Like if you were from Venus, you would be called a Venusian.
The fuck I would be. Ain't no way.
No. If you were from Jupiter, I guess you'd be I don't know. Jupitan. I don't know. Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
I'm telling you, Martians are not just for aliens. Those are called extraterrestrials.
Oh my gosh.
Or aliens.
Yeah, I thought aliens, extraterrestrials, Martians were all like that's just a group.
No. Like so John Jones, the Martian, is from Mars.
Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, Martian Manhunter is from Mars. He's from the red planet Mars. Like
so does he just hunt his own kind?
Yes. Yeah. He's the cop. You don't know that? He's a cop. He's basically a cop on his Earth.
No, yes, I knew that. Like, I know in the name, but I'm like, it just seemed weird. That he was like almost like Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, but that's exactly what he was. He was like a U.S. Marshal, where like you know how a U.S. Marshal is sent down to like hunt down people who maybe have like an outstanding warrant or whatever it may be. Like that's essentially what he is, but he's just called Martian Manhunter.
Oh well, fuck! I learned something new every day.
That's hilarious.
No, I was thinking when I first heard of that, I was like, oh, Starro. Like I thought that was a Starro comment.
Oh no.
When he was like, oh, one eye or whatever. Oh yeah, there's some with one eye. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, Starro.
Yeah, no. I think it was supposed to be a joke of like, because I want to say even Martians' true forms have multiple eyes. So I think that's supposed to be a joke even at that. Like when Martian Manhunter is in his true form, I want to say he has more than two eyes.
Martian Manhunter never came to my mind when thinking about that.
That's crazy.
Like, never. I immediately went to Starro. That was immediately what I went to.
His name is literally called Martian Manhunter.
Fuck you, man. I don't know what to tell you. What were we even talking about?
We're talking about Vigilante and him knowing animals.
That's it.
And their whole waking up from their like crazy party. I love the part where they eventually get rid of Vigilante and he goes into that room with the bathroom with Economos, and you just hear from there, why are your fingers in my mouth?
He's like throwing up.
That shit is so funny to me.
He's like, I'm trying to make sure you're not choking on your tongue.
Vigilante is such a little weirdo, man.
Oh man!
I also love when he's quizzing them about the spiders, and like Vigilante says that thing, and he's like, "You said that with such confidence, such confidence. I actually had to look at my phone." Like, I don't know. The humor there was really fucking funny.
Yeah, I agree. He was like, "Ask me if they're furry," and Steve's like, "I know they're furry."
Yeah,
and it's gross.
But before we end this, I have to talk about my boy Tim Meadows, Flurry, again, because I love the two moments. He's in it very little for this episode, but I love the moment.
Thank God.
where he's talking about Eagly, and he says something about like, or no, it's Sasha who says it. She's like a superpowered duck or whatever, and then he's like a meta duck. And then I love at the end the line of where he's like, "You tried to use my disability against me. Is it funny? Yeah, very. But you almost got titties killed." I was dying laughing.
Well, like, man, like it kind of made me hate this guy even more because I'm like, y'all had a whole conversation about how like it's an eagle, it's the bird of America, all this stuff, and you kept going on about a duck. Like
he's just covering his own ass. Is what he doesn't want Sasha to know he got his ass beat by a regular eagle.
Which makes me hate him even more.
Yeah. I mean, you're not supposed to like him, I think, is the point.
Yeah.
But still, just that line of, "You almost got titties killed." Is it funny? Yeah, very. The other thing that just bugged me was I think it's the very last part of the episode was Chris hugs Harcourt from that universe. And he's like, best dimension ever. And I'm like, how the fuck didn't she hear that? Like,
Same.
And immediately be like, what do you mean best dimension ever?
Same. Yeah. Yeah. Because, I mean, they clearly were on good terms even after that and talking and possibly getting back together and stuff like that. So before we get too far along, Jeremy did mention something about the whole Peacemaker thing. He said that the pants scene, the post-credit scene is so creepy.
I love it. I just think it's...
I do too.
For some reason, Vigilante has just like clung to like... Economos is his new best friend.
Wants him to be, yeah. With all the phone calls and everything. Oh, that's funny. Whew.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for me, man.
Cool. Well, I think we've talked about theories and whatnot like that for what may be coming next week. So fingers crossed, I guess.
I think this is going to be the like Red Saint Wild hunting down Eagle-y moment.
Yeah, probably so. Because we've seen like pictures, or at least I have. I'm sure you have those too. But those pictures of him like in the woods with this ridiculously long rifle.
No, I don't know.
Have you not seen that?
The only thing I've seen is him like doing some kind of weird ritual thing, and there's like blue flame all around him or something.
Oh shit, I haven't seen that.
Okay, yeah. So he may have superpowers. I don't know.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. I can't wait to see what Michael Rooker's character is going to do.
Yeah. Well, I imagine they'll be, because they're going to confront Chris because Chris came back, so that's going to cause some issues. Yeah, I don't know. How many episodes is it supposed to be?
8.
Is it 8?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we got 5 left. And James said episode 5 is when stuff starts turning around. And nobody's seen 6, 7, or 8, right?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay.
Supposedly, everyone is saying that all the screeners did not get the last 3 episodes because it is so spoilery.
Oh, we're so close.
And I think episode 5 is going to be the mic drop moment of like, whatever, it's Earth X kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then... the last 3 episodes are like, what are we going to do about this kind of moment?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh, man. I feel like I'm going to build this up to a point where I'm going to be disappointed.
Yeah. I got to be honest with you. Since we've talked about the GI robot thing, I'm like, if it doesn't happen, I'm going to be so disappointed. And it may change my whelming for this. I think we built this up way too much now.
Oh, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yes.
In the meantime, where can they find you at?
If you want to contact me directly, I have an X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, an Instagram, a Blue Skies, and a Threads. My handle is Night Curry, night like day and night, and curry with a K. If you want to contact us directly, we have a Gmail. Our Gmail is comicallycomicspodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to check us out on YouTube, possibly TikTok, we'll see, and Instagram, you can check us out under the name Comically Comics Podcast. And if you want to check us out on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, you can check us out under the name Comically Comics with an X.
Also, you can find Jeremy over at Twitch at Night Fury GTO. That's Night with a K. You can also find me on Instagram, eBay, and Shortbox, 22_comics. You can find me on YouTube at 22comics. Thank you all so much for listening. Hope you enjoyed as much as we did making it. Well, all being said, say goodbye, Richard.
Goodbye, Richard. Goodbye.
Too early for this. You guys aren't on the Crow train? Oh my god, I know so many Crow facts.